more snacks.
What?
Yeah, feel that beat, feel that beat. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mickey. Come on, Mickey. Let's dance.
Dance? I thought you'd never ask. I'd love to.
Welcome, everyone, to the Mickey Shorts and More podcast. My name is Keaton.
And my name is Steve, and hopefully everyone is out there enjoying the summer as much as you can. It is a dark, annoying, frustrating summer with so many, frustrating things going on. But we're not here to talk about the depressing stuff of the world. We're here to talk Mickey Mouse. We like to talk Mickey Mouse. We like to keep ourselves energized and looking at positive news and having fun watching Mickey Shorts. So that's why we try not to focus too much on all the depressing stuff out there and just give you a little bit of a break from all that to laugh and to appreciate the amazing Mickey Mouse artwork. So, Keaton, how's it going this week?
Good.
Why is it going so well?
Because Tanner, my brother, let me have this game for the week. It's called Pokemon.
Oh, yes. Someone's borrowing a game from his brother. That's going to be fun for you. And big news for the family this week with our kind of, crazy child status.
Crazy child stats.
Crazy child status. Meaning we had a huge gap between kids that was not quite expected. So, Keaton, what did you find out this last week that you're going to be in January?
An uncle.
You're going to be an uncle, which means your oldest sister is having a baby, which means I will officially be a grandparent, which is awesome because I can then take my grandkids and my current 6-year-old. Well, I mean, he won't be 6 by the time the kid comes, but I can take my youngest and the grandkids to Disney parks in the future if they ever open it back up. All fun things to look forward to. All my favorite things to do in life.
And a grandparent.
Yep. You'll be the uncle. I will be the grandparent. Coming in January to my daughter and her husband. Congratulations to them. You may recognize her. She was on the podcast a few weeks ago as our game show host. Little did I know when we recorded that she was actually pregnant at that moment in time, and she had not revealed that detail to me at that moment. I understand. You got to wait until it's safe to announce these things, but still cool. All right, Keaton.
Yeah.
We got to let people know why we're even here. First-time listeners might be like, who are these guys and what in the world are they talking about? We are the Mickey Shorts and More Disney podcast. We call all of our listeners the Mickey Shortsters. And this week we are covering Season 3, Episode number 4, Movie Time. One Mickey Shorts episode each week that we watch, we comment on, we laugh, and we give our thoughts on. We also provide news about all things Mickey Mouse. And what do you say, Keaton? We do that now.
Yes.
Friends, loved ones, I've gathered you all here to tell you something important.
Now, one of the things always to remember that we revealed last week is that you can go get show merch from our merchandise website.
Merch.
Yes, ours hopefully is on its way, so we can take pictures and post that to Instagram soon. But it is coming. Yeah. So here's what you need to do. So this is nice and clear. If you go to tpublic.com and you search Mickey Shorts and More, you're not going to find us because we have kind of a private store on there. So what you need to do is you need to go to the show notes. Whether you're scrolling down on the podcast player and looking for the link there, or if you're going to the website at www.mickeyshortsandmore.com, there's a big link there on the right-hand side. But just look for that merch link. You can get into our store and you can order all sorts of product, whatever you would like. So that always supports the show and we greatly appreciate it. And we just love seeing the fans interacting with us and wearing our stuff. That's really cool. Very rewarding part of podcasting. Now, in news around the world this last week, one of the things that's cool is, Keaton, when we went to Disneyland, do you remember riding the monorail?
Uh-huh.
Well, in Tokyo Disneyland, which just barely opened this last week, which we'll talk about in just a second, they now have a new monorail. And guess what the theme of the monorail is?
What?
Mickey Mouse. So there's a whole monorail. Like I said, it's at Tokyo Disneyland. It's all themed on Mickey Mouse. And when I say themed, I mean they went all out. The inside, first of all, the windows on the monorail are all shaped like Mickey ears. The things that you hold on, as you're standing up and riding the monorail, all shaped like Mickey ears. I'm trying to get to the pictures here. See the Mickey windows? The seats look like Mickey Mouse's shorts. They're red. They've got the yellow circles on them. The seats where you actually sit are black, so it looks just like Mickey Mouse. There's Mickey Mouses everywhere in here. And even on the exterior of these cars, it's all painted very Mickey Mouse. So if you're at the Tokyo Disneyland Resort, definitely watch for the monorail car. It looks just like Mickey Mouse. Give it a ride and let us know what you think, because these look pretty cool. And also in this week's show notes, just flip down. You'll see the link to it so you can see the pictures yourself of this cool monorail car. Now, that said, Tokyo Disneyland also reopened this last weekend. Now, there's a few things that people need to be aware of, because we're probably going to see these as the other Disney parks open. Disney World is set to start opening the end of this week. So fingers crossed that it all goes well in a state where the numbers for the virus are rising. But here's what people can expect in Tokyo Disneyland. A few things on here kind of surprised me. First of all, masks are required. I would fully expect that. Social distancing when you're in the lines and the queues. Yes, got to do that. Temperature checks when you're coming in. Characters, they're going to be at a distance. There's not going to be any parades or shows at the park.
What about PhilharMagic?
Nope. No PhilharMagic, because that would be inside a theater. If they have it. I'm not sure if they have PhilharMagic at Tokyo Disneyland. The parks are going to be operating at about a 50% capacity or less. And that's one thing that gets me. I would love to be at the parks at a time when there's only 50% capacity, because I love those days when nobody's there and we just get our run of the place. That's awesome to me.
Come on. I love PhilharMagic.
But this one surprises me. There's also a rule where you can't scream. Can you imagine going on Space Mountain and not being able to scream?
Uh-huh.
Just sit there quietly?
Why are you not being able to scream?
Well, apparently when people scream, they let out more saliva secretions, which could get people sick. Which I don't know exactly how that works because you're wearing a mask. But all right, whatever. Still, you're not supposed to. You're encouraged not to scream on thrill rides. Try doing Tower of Terror without screaming. I don't know how that's going to work. But those are the restrictions for the Tokyo Disneyland Resort. Again, they just barely opened, so we'll be able to see how that goes as everyone adapts to the new rules.
It would be way harder for girls.
I don't think we can really say that. All right.
I didn't really scream on Space Mountain. All I did was, wee.
You had a good time. Well, most of the time you were like cuddled up against me because you were freaked out that there's going to be a big hill.
That's what I always do.
Come the roller coasters, you were pretty cuddled into me. But that's okay.
I was like...
Now, one quick update, switching stories now, just to the story we shared last week. Keaton always rolls his eyes at me because I like to talk about Mickey products, the new ones. And last week we reported that Pyrex was releasing a new line of Mickey Mouse bowls. Guess what? They were popular. They were really popular. They sold out everything they had within one day. Which to me says Mickey Mouse stuff is popular. We have a lot of big fans of it out there. So if you want people to buy your product, make it look like Mickey Mouse. That said, do you want to know what our Mickey Mouse product of the week is this week?
What?
Last week it was Pyrex Bowls. This week, it's summertime. People like to eat corn on the cob. Not everybody likes to get covered in butter and salt when they're trying to hold their corn on the cob. So you want to know a good solution?
What?
Let's look on this Amazon link. And again, you can find this in the show notes. You can put Mickey Mouse hands on your corn. There's little spikes on them. They plug right into the ends of your corn, and that way you can hold the corn with Mickey Mouse's hands. How's that for cool?
That is pretty cool.
So, you never know the random stuff you're going to hear on this show, but you can now hold your corn on the cob with Mickey Mouse's hands with these cool devices. Again, just look in the show notes. Scroll down. You'll see the link to order those there. So let's see if everybody can hit the Amazon site and sell all those out like we did with the Pyrex last week.
Are you ready for the show?
Let's watch some Mickey Mouse.
Mikey Mouse.
That's right. M-I-C-K-E-Y.
Mikey.
Mikey?
Mikey Mouse.
Is that Mickey's older brother?
Mikey.
That'd be really confusing
Mikey.
if his parents named him Mikey. Mickey and Mikey Mouse. Okay. This week we are covering Season 3, Episode 4, called Movie Time. Now, the official show summary says, when Mickey realizes that there's no snacks for movie night, he braves a storm. The original air date for this was September 11th, 2015. Credit where credit is due. This is written by Derek Bachman, Bernie Peterson, Paul Ruddish, and Dave Wasson. It was directed this week by Dave Wasson and storyboarded by, you can probably fill in the blank, Dave Wasson and Bernie Peterson. So we had 2 storyboarders this week. We are about to see Mickey attempt to have a nice movie night at home, just like Keaton wants to do as soon as we're done recording here tonight. Are you going to have your movie night, buddy?
Uh-huh.
Got your movie all picked out?
I'm going to watch Ralph Breaks the Internet, which is still Disney.
It is still Disney, yep. Very much Disney. And so...
If any of you have watched the Wreck-It Ralph series.
All 2 movies of them.
Yep.
So yeah, you're going to watch Ralph Breaks the Internet, have a nice big bowl of popcorn, and just chill out. And after a nice busy day, chill out in your room. But Mickey's going to attempt to do the same thing, and hopefully the fate that Mickey finds trying to have his movie night will not hit you as well. Luckily, the weather is not calling for a storm tonight, so we're all good there. So you're ready to watch some Mickey Mouse?
Yes.
Okay. So we're not exploring a foreign country this week. We're not in a different language. We're just crazy, zany Mickey Mouse fun in this short. Go to the show notes right below, or however it is you access the show. There's going to be a button there that says watch the show with us. Click on that and you can follow along with us. We're even going to give you a countdown right now. You ready, buddy?
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Hit play! Mickey Mouse in movie time. Ooh, there's a big storm brewing. But Mickey hasn't noticed yet. He's putting the projector together. He's got the screen down. He's ready to go for movie time. So, Minnie's going to get the snuggling blanket. Now Mickey's got to find the last thing he needs, which is snacks. But the radio's saying, hey, there's a huge storm happening outside. Now, Mickey is completely oblivious. He's inside realizing there's no snacks. Minnie! So Mickey's freaking out about the fact that there's no food in the house. Minnie's freaking out because there's a storm coming. And they're both talking at the exact same time.
I know what to do.
Mickey's going to interrupt him. He's got a plan.
You hang tight, and I'll get more snacks.
Wait, what? So, Mickey is still oblivious to the fact that there's a storm coming on. He knows nothing about this. And even though he's attempting to walk down the street and getting blown backwards, as everyone around him is freaking out, he's still oblivious. He's getting his snacks for movie time. He bends over to pick up a coin just as the house flies over his head. This is a bad storm. He gets to the store, and the store owner is freaking out. And Mickey is still like, what kind of snacks do I get? He's just completely clueless. So finally, this guy might get his attention. Look, there's a storm. And now we do this big pull-in effect. Oh, there's a car flipping end over end down the street. All right, Mickey's on board now. There is a storm coming. And just as they say that, the whole store blows away, leaving a whole bunch of people exposed in their bathrooms.
Flood!
Now it's flooding. It's raining so hard. There's a cow on the roof. Now he's riding a cow on the underside of the cow. And, hey, we're going to use the cow milk to speed us along. Cow is not appreciative of that. Now Mickey's in an empty bathtub. And he's improvising a way to try to speed things up by making a motor out of a bicycle and a bunch of kitchen utensils. He's speeding along, trying to get back to Minnie. He's zooming around through the weather and the storm. Oh, now here comes the hail. That destroyed his bathtub. He just flew off of a car, off of a palm tree, which gave him palm leaves, which he's using to fly. Ooh, there's lightning everywhere. It's trying to strike him. He found the house, and just as he gets there, he gets struck by lightning and falls in the water in a sizzle. Minnie is trying to hammer the windows shut and hits Mickey with a hammer. And he's like, I'm here to rescue you, but
Tsunami!
a giant tidal wave.
I think it's a tsunami.
Yeah. And so they got buried in the water, but suddenly the couch popped up along with the projector and the screen. Of course, there's nowhere to plug it in. But that's when Mickey starts getting struck by lightning again, thus turning on the projector and powering the movie as Mickey is frying behind them. Woohoo! So there we go. There is movie time from Mickey Mouse. Bonk. All right, buddy. What'd you think?
I loved it.
What was your favorite part?
I like the part. I love the part when Mickey says hail.
Oh, well, okay, this is true. This is the closest we will ever get, I think, to an actual curse word in a Mickey Mouse cartoon. Because there's a common curse word that's very similar to that people will say in a very similar situation. We're a family-friendly show, so we're not going to say it here, but it's pretty similar to that. So when he looks up and he sees the hail coming and he's like,
Oh no, hail.
that's as close as we're getting to curse words in Mickey Mouse shorts. And I think the people that made the show know exactly what they were doing when they put that in there. They're like, we can get away with Mickey almost cursing. So yeah, he got pelted by hail, and he was not happy about that. I did find it interesting to watch Mickey Mouse so clueless during the first half of the episode. He had no idea what was going on. Even when he went outside and the wind is blowing him backwards. Mickey walked backwards to the store, or he was blown backwards to the store. I don't know where he was going to begin with, but that's how we got there. One of the things that also cracks me up, I mean, we have almost curse words in this episode, and then we almost have Mickey Mouse nudity. So, at 1 minute and 52 seconds, the wind has come through and has blown the sides off of the building. And inside the building, we see a giraffe up on the second floor, just sitting in her recliner, looking around, going, what the heck? We see rabbits who are trying to figure out what to do about this flood. And then up there, we've got a rabbit sitting on the toilet.
What about over there?
Yeah, he's trying to shave, looks like. There's a bear over on the third floor trying to shave. But yeah, we have a rabbit sitting on the toilet, pants down, sitting on the toilet, looking completely confused as to what's happening here. Oh, and exposed. So it's always fun to me watching how Mickey, tries to problem solve. And I do like the little nods back to Steamboat Willie. I mean, that's the classic. That's where this all started from. But Mickey is, jumping from car to car, from animal to animal, and he's riding on the backside, the underside of a cow. His legs are sticking straight up in the air. And what does he do to propel himself? He uses the cow's udders and the power of milk. I don't know how the power of milk by spraying things out of the cow's udders to propel himself forward. This feels very Steamboat Willie-ish to me because there's the whole milking incident in that one. And so, yeah, I find it interesting. But what I find more interesting is back in the Steamboat Willie days, it seemed like Mickey was able to get away with it. Now the cow's like, excuse me? What the heck are you doing back there?
Excuse me?
Oh, yeah, he got caught.
Oh, yeah.
So now he continues to troubleshoot. All right, let's pause because we can easily get sucked back into this. So now he's going to continue to troubleshoot. He finds a bicycle. He finds a tub. He uses that to get in to go rescue Minnie. He puts utensils in the wheels of the bike and uses that as like a gigantic, I don't know what the word would, like a big wheel to help gain more traction in the water. And he's using that now to try to get to Minnie Mouse. He's making some pretty good speed too. Whee!
For all of a sudden,
and then he's full of holes. Woohoo!
what is hail?
Giant balls of ice. The other thing I like
Have we
is...
ever got hail?
Oh, yes.
before?
We get hail before. It's really loud on the roof. Does damage to cars, too. Not fun. But the other thing I like is just these cartoons throw unexpected things at us. So Mickey is using these palm leaves to fly through the air. He's almost to Minnie's house. He's just about to the window. You're like, okay, obviously, Mickey Mouse is going to save the day. And everything's going to be fine. And what happens at the very last second? Psst, he gets struck by lightning and falls sizzling into the water. Psst. You're like, okay, didn't see that coming.
Also, my favorite part was the tsunami at the end.
Yes, the big giant tidal wave of... Minnie, when she gets freaked out, apparently she says, humana, 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 humana. Because we've seen her do that in other episodes as well, too.
Huh?
Or at least we will in the future of the Mickey Mouse shorts. So huge tidal wave, huge monster of a thing, but... And then at the end, Mickey also gets struck by lightning there too, which is what's powering the projector, enabling Minnie Mouse to have her own movie time. But she's not going to want to be snuggling in the snuggle blanket with Mickey Mouse when he's being lit up with lightning. That would not be fun. Another fun thing to watch. Let me see if I can find it here. At about 53 seconds in, when Mickey and Minnie are having their little argument, and he's like, I have a plan. I'm going to get more snacks. And she freaks out. What? Her head completely comes off of her body.
What to do?
Oh, thank goodness.
You hang tight, and I'll get more snacks.
I missed it. I have no control when I'm on the iPad like I do the laptop when I can go frame by frame.
You hang tight, and I'll get more snacks.
There we go. Right at, barely 53, 54 seconds, right in there. Yes, Minnie's head flies off of her body, spins several times in the air, and then comes back down as she wigs out, only to get blown into the closet. Ah!
And then she comes out with a really crazy outfit.
Yep, because all the stuff in the closet fell on her. I love watching all the people freaking out. Bikes are flipping end over end. Dogs are falling out of their doghouses. Mickey, as lucky and clueless as he is, there's a house barreling towards him, a full house. He bends down to pick up a quarter because he sees it on the ground. Ooh, lucky quarter. And that's, when the house goes flying over his head. Thus, had he continued walking along, he would have been taken out by the house. Very lucky guy. So there you go. That's movie time. Lots of good stuff to watch there. Any final thoughts, Mr. Keaton?
I think that's all. So that means it's time for Keaton out of the way.
Wow. Could you have said that any faster?
Keaton's
Joke of the Week.
All right, Keaton, what is your joke of the week?
What animal is always at a baseball game?
What animal is always at a baseball game? I don't know. The mascot? But that's not really a funny joke. I don't know, Mr. Keaton. What animal always is at a baseball game?
A bat.
A bat. Well, yeah. Although if it was a traditional animal bat, there wouldn't be any people left in the stadium because they would all run everywhere. Although I remember one time when I was out down shooting a film in Africa, we were sitting down for dinner one night at this nice outdoor cafe, and it looked like a big flock of birds that flew by, and they were all... They were like, wow, that's a really big group of birds. And our guide's like, nope, they're all bats. We're like, what? Giant bats. I felt like I was in an Indiana Jones movie. Crazy stuff. But they're kind of cool to watch, too. All right, so good job with the Keaton's Joke of the Week.
Keaton's Joke of the Week.
All right, so what do you say we wrap this puppy up so that you can get dinner and your own movie time in tonight?
Yes.
Okay, I know you're excited about that. So everybody, remember, if you'd like to listen to more of our commentary on the Mickey Shorts series, you can find all of our past episodes at www.mickeyshortsandmore.com. Make sure you put the www in there because for some reason it doesn't work without it.
What's www?
That means you're telling the computer to search on the World Wide Web. Now, remember, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, on Google Play, on Stitcher, whatever podcast player you listen to. Just do a search for Mickey Shorts and More, and you should be able to find us. Remember, you can connect with us on social media. You just go to Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. Just do a quick search for Mickey Shorts and More on either of those, and you'll be able to find us there. Remember, you can email the show with questions or comments. Just send those to mickeyshortsandmore@gmail.com, or you can call our voicemail line and leave us a message at 541-321-0472. And your voice could be heard on an upcoming Mickey Shorts episode. Remember to check out our merch store. You can get shirts and sweatshirts and phone cases and mugs and whatever you want with an assortment of Mickey Shorts and More logos and artwork on them. So go there, check those out, and help us by supporting the show. Next week, Keaton.
What?
Do you remember what next week's show is? It's very ironic what next week's show is.
Yeah.
Shifting gears. You know why that's cool? Because the whole episode is about Mickey Mouse trying to go to the beach. And guess what we're going to be doing as we're recording that show?
What?
Going to the beach. Hopefully our car cooperates a little more than Mickey's does in his episode.
We'll be recording at our beach house.
We will be recording at the beach house, but we don't know if there is internet there or not. So I could be wandering around up and down the sand trying to find an internet signal capable of allowing me to upload the show to get it launched out to the crowds. But it is coming next week, hopefully at some point in time. So listen for that. But everyone have a great week. Stay safe, stay sane, and watch for all things Mickey Mouse. Go watch some Mickey Mouse shorts. They will make you feel better. I guarantee it. Bye.
Bye. Dun, 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 dun. Dun.